Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So the last time I made a video about the top 5 rules that you can actually do at night. So the reason why I made that video is for those that work 9 to 5. So in case if you are a busy professional and you work 9 to 5 and you're looking for something you can actually do at night remotely that can help you earn in dollars, that was the reason why I made that video. But when I was going through the comments in the video, I found out that most people were concerned because most of the websites I mentioned were actually paid. So for you to actually use the websites I mentioned, you actually have to pay a certain amount. For example, one of the sites I mentioned was remoteleave.co, and you have to pay about $19 per month to access the jobs. And that's the reason why I'm making this video. So in this video, I'm going to be giving you 6 more rules that you can actually do at night. So if you are a 9 to 5 professional and you're looking at a way that you can actually earn remotely from the comfort of your home, even after doing your 9 to 5 job, so these rules are for you. And I'm not only going to be giving you the rules, I'm also going to be explaining these rules, the requirements of these rules, the skills you need to succeed in this role, so you can actually know which of the roles is suitable for you. Now, additionally, I'm going to be giving you the websites. Now, for each role, I'm going to be giving you 2 websites where you can actually find legit jobs for that particular role. So one of the websites is going to be an entirely free 100% website, and the second one is going to be a paid website. But one thing with the paid website is that they post more jobs and there is no scam jobs at all. Right? But for the free sites, you can actually see legitimate companies, but you will not see as much jobs as you will find in the paid sites. So for each role I'm going to be mentioning, after explaining the roles and the skills required, I'm going to be taking you to the sites. All right, the free and the paid sites where you can apply, where you can see jobs for this role before we move over to the next role on my list. So if you're someone that does 9 to 5, or you're a student that is always busy during the day, or you're just someone looking to get an extra stream of income after your 9 to 5 job, this video is for you. And one thing you need to understand is that these roles are not just legitimate, they are legitimate, they're unpopular, and they pay very well. And most of these roles pay as high as $15 to $70 per hour. And one thing I want you to know is that before I actually put on my camera and come here to tell you about roles or job sites, just know that I've done my proper research. I will not actually set my camera to come here to tell you things that doesn't work or things you will just end up wasting your time on. So whatever I am putting out here, as someone that has been working remotely for over 8 years, just know that they are legit. But another thing you need to know is that the results you actually get out of this role depends on your consistency, it depends on your skills, and it depends on your experiences. So just know that getting remote jobs is not easy. If you want to be a full-time remote worker, you need to be ready to put in the work. So it's not just about having the skills, it's also having the consistency to keep pushing even when you're not seeing results yet. But before we get started, if this is the first time you're seeing my video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like and share. And if you have any questions or concerns, please do wait to leave your comments in the comment section. I want you to understand that we are all here to learn and grow together. And in the best possible way I can, I will always be there to answer your questions, to guide you as much as I can. Now let's get started. So the first on my list is remote medical scribe and transcriptionist. Now, one thing you need to understand about this role is it is perfect for someone that has a medical background. So if you are a nurse, if you're a doctor, if you're a pharmacist, if you're an optometrist, or if you have any medical background at all, this role is suitable for you. Now, one thing you need to understand about this role is hospitals and emergency roles over the world, especially in the United States, in the UK, in Canada, in Europe. They are all looking for a remote medical scribe and transcriptionist. So what will you be doing in this role? Your major duty would actually be to review patient-doctor interactions. So what you have to do is you'll be assisting doctors by listening in or reviewing patient-doctor interactions and updating electronic health records during night shifts. Now, for this role, you will need a laptop, you will need a steady internet connection, and you will need a good communication skill, and you will need a medical background. Like I mentioned, this role is actually good for people that has a medical background. So most companies hiring for this role are very particular about hiring people that has good medical background. And for this role, you can actually work anywhere in the world. It doesn't matter if you're based in Europe, it doesn't matter if you're based in America, wherever you are, Canada, you can actually work as a medical scribe and transcriptionist. Now, the next thing we are going to be doing, I'm going to be taking you to two sites where you can actually find these roles. One, the first site will be the totally free site, while the second will be the paid sites. So once we are done reviewing the sites and showing you how to create an account, how to find jobs on the sites, we are going to be coming right back to the second on my list. Now let's head over to the websites. So the first on my list is Indeed USA. Now, if you're familiar with Indeed, you will know that each country has their own Indeed. Now, we are going to be working with Indeed USA. So we have Indeed Australia, we have Indeed Canada, depending on which country you are targeting. But because of this video, I'm going to be making use of Indeed USA. Now, one thing you need to make sure that you're selecting is you're selecting remote. Now, when you select remote, this shows you available remote jobs in that country. Now, remote jobs that you are allowed to work from anywhere in the world. And one thing you need to know is that we have two types of remote jobs. We have the remote in the country and we have the fully remote. So remote in the country means that you are able to work remotely, but you need to be living in that country. While remote or fully remote simply means that you can work from anywhere in the world. Now, when you come over here, you will see what I'm talking about. You can see that we have remote in Atlanta. This simply means that for you to be able to land this job, you must be living in Atlanta, right? Now, we also have this one, we say remote in Santiago. Now, when you look over here, you can see this clinical documentation integrity job that is actually remote, okay? Now, this is fully remote and they're willing to pay as high as $40 to $45 per hour. Then when you come over here, you also see the type word transcriber. So they're also willing to pay $30 an hour and it is a fully remote tool. So they also have a cat captioner remote, $40 per hour. So we also have medical record specialist remote, okay? So we also have transcriber US English remote that are willing to pay $20 per hour. So we also have US English transcriber remotes that are willing to pay $25 to $34 per hour. So when you look over here, you see we have this remote scribe job from Thomas I Group. Now, when you look over here, you can see the requirements that are looking for. So they're looking for a medical scribe that will assist the physician with documentation of patients' electronic medical record, right? Now, they're looking for someone with 1 to 2 years of experience, and you'll be expected to complete the scribe certification within 3 months of your employment. So you don't need to have the certification before you start. But after you start, within 3 months, you need to get the certification. Like I mentioned earlier, that this role is suitable for someone that is in the medical field, that has medical experience, all right? As you can see over here, they say you must have experience with EMRO system. That means electronic medical record system. So you must have an excellent interpersonal and communication skill, punctual and reliable, must be able to multitask. You must be conscientious about strength and escalation of issues, and excellent typing skill, at least 55 words per minute with accuracy. You must have proficiency in listening and understanding abilities, familiar with the diagnostic codes, and this is why I say that it is suitable for people that has a medical background. So you must be able to learn on the job. So they're not looking with someone with a lot of experience. So even if you have just a year of experience, you are eligible for this role. All you need to do is make sure that you have a medical background. So once you have a medical background, you are eligible to apply for this role. You must be able to work with ophthalmologists and optometrists, right? So this is one of the requirements. And core competency, you must be able to load patient data into EMR system to maintain punctual and accurate documentation in a timely manner. So you must be able to document medical information dictated by doctor during patient exam in EMR system. All right. So remember, I told you in the beginning of this role that your responsibility is to listen to and read through conversations between doctors and patients and record them accordingly. So, and remember that for this role, you don't need a lot of experience. You just need about a year of experience. So the most important thing in this role is just having a medical background. Now, when you also look over here, you have this particular role, but this one, when you look over here, you see that this is remote in San Diego. So if you're not in the United States, you will not be eligible for the particular role, all right? But if you're in the United States, you can also go ahead and apply for this role. Now, for this role, you must have fluency in Spanish, okay? it has a remote schedule, but you need to be resident of Santiago. So hourly and salary positions available. So this is actually what this role is about. Now let's say we want to look at other roles. Now when you look at here, you see scribe and medical writer oncology. So these people are offering $20.10 to $30.17 an hour. So let's say we want to view roles like this, okay, in US English transcriber. Let's say we want to view additional roles like this. So you can see more roles from this company. So Indeed is a free website, okay. So if you're interested in this particular role and you're not willing to pay any money to land jobs, Indeed is a free website. So what you need to understand is that these medical scribe roles are not common, okay. So you rarely get jobs on them, but they also post jobs, okay, but they are not common, okay. But it is actually something worth trying, especially if you have a medical background. Now let's go to the paid sites. Now the paid site on my list is Flex Jobs. Now let's go ahead to see what Flex Jobs look like. So from here you can see that they say Flex Job is the #1 job site to find work from home jobs, no ads, scam or junk. Now because this site is paid, they have actually carried out their due diligence to eliminate scam, okay, to eliminate scam and also eliminate ads or junk from their website. So let's go ahead to find your next work from home job. So let's say we are looking for 100% remote, then we go over to say next. So let's say we are just looking for any job and let's go over to say next. So let's say we are actively searching. So let's go over to say next. So let's just go over to say next. Okay, let's say because currently I'm based in Nigeria, and let's say we are also include job where I can work from anywhere in the US and include jobs where I can work from anywhere in the world. So we go ahead to say next. So let's say my resume is up to date. Now for here you will be prompted to upload your resume, but for now I will just go ahead and say skip resume upload. So I'll go ahead and say no thanks. So I'll go ahead and say next. So let's say I have 3 to 5 years of experience, or let's say I have less than 3 years experience. And let me just, all these things, you can just go ahead to say next, 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 next. Okay. So now this is a sneak peek of the jobs you can actually find on Flex Jobs. So these are jobs they are willing to show you. Okay. So most times, most of these jobs that are going to be showing you are old jobs that has already closed. So for you to actually see recent jobs on Flex Jobs, you actually have to subscribe. Okay. You have to subscribe. Now let's go ahead and say we want to get started. So you can see the subscription plans. So as you can see, they have the annual plan where they say you pay $5.95 per month. And once you pay $71.40, you will be able to use this platform for a year. But over here, they also have the 14-day full access. Okay, so let's go over and so this is the 14-day full access. So for the 14-day full access, all you have to do is pay $2.95. Okay, so once you pay $2.95, you'll be able to access the site for 14 days. You have access to over 236,985 vetted jobs, advanced remote search filters, and personalized job alerts. Okay. So if you want to try Flex Job, I think it is worth it. All you have to do is pay $2.95 to test Flex Job in 14 days. So the #2 on my list is Night IT and Technical Support Specialist. So what you need to understand is that companies' websites, cloud networks, and apps can never go down. So for this reason, international companies are constantly hiring night shift tech support to monitor their server health, handle password resets, and resolve software issues while daytime offices are closed. So for you to succeed in this role, you need to have a very solid experience as an IT and technical support specialist. So it's your responsibility to make sure that at night, the company's website, apps, and cloud network does not experience any downtime. So for this particular role, you need to have a solid IT support experience. You also need to have a good communication skill, and of course, you need to have your laptop, and you should be able to know how to troubleshoot issues, okay, appropriate. And one skill you need to succeed in this role is being proactive. So you don't actually have to wait for the company or to wait for your manager to tell you what to do. You should always be proactive, know what to do at every given time. Now the next thing we are going to be doing, we are going to be hopping into the website. The first we are going to be looking at the totally free website where you can find job opportunities for this particular role. And the next we are going to be looking at the paid website where you can also find job opportunities for this particular role. Just like we did the last time, I'm going to be explaining the interface of this website slides to you, how you can create an account, how you can search for jobs, and how you can apply to jobs. So what you're going to be doing right now, you're going to be coming with me. Let's go over to my computer so I show you the website. So after showing the website, we are going to be coming back to the number 3 on my list. So for IT tech support, the free site on my list is We Work Remotely. Now, We Work Remotely is a platform where you can find roles for IT tech support. So this platform, you have fully remote jobs where you can work from anywhere in the world. So you can find international companies hiring from all over the world. Now let's go ahead and see what We Work Remotely looks like. So as you can see, they have over 41,577 jobs posted, and the largest job board for remote jobs. So Remotely is one of the trusted free job boards also. Now, when you look over here, you can see a sneak peek of jobs they actually have. Okay, you can see a sneak peek of jobs they actually have, and over here you can see if the company is willing to hire from anywhere in the world. Okay, so that is where you can see all this. So this is actually what it looks like. So if you're interested in the job, okay, in IT tech support, all you have to do is come over here and search for IT tech support, and you will see all the available jobs. Now, the paid site is Just Remote. Now, this is what Just Remote looks like. Now, let's go ahead and look for remote jobs. As you can see on Just Remote, they have different kind of jobs over here. Okay, they have different kind of jobs over here, and as you can see, these jobs were just posted recently. When you see this was posted 4th of August, 4th of August, 3rd of August. So they actually post jobs every day on Just Remote. Okay, so it is a very popular remote platform where you can actually find remote jobs to work with international companies, right? So one thing with this job board is that even though it is paid, you have a lot of jobs that you can actually find and apply to for free. But the thing about this job board is that if you want to apply or search for a specific job, you actually have to pay for it. Now, let's say, for example, we want to search for IT tech support jobs available. All you have to do is make use of the power search. Okay, now over here you need to pay to access all those jobs. So if you have a specific job or role in mind you want to search for, you need to pay for it. Now, as you can see, you have to pay about $6 to join the power search. Okay, so this is what will give you free access to search any kind of job you want. So welcome back, guys. So the number 3 on my list is Online Language Academic Specialist. What you have to do in this role is you teach conversational language, skills, test prep, and academic subjects to international students. This role is suitable for someone with a strong education background. So if you have a background in education, maybe if you studied education, even if you did not study education, if you have a very strong background in any educational subject, for example, if you have a strong background in mathematics, if you have a strong background in English, if you have a strong background in teaching French, if you have a strong background in teaching German or Spanish or any language at all, or if you have a strong background in any science subject like biology, chemistry, physics, and if you have a strong background in technology, like if you know how to teach people computer usage, data science, AI automation, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and the rest of them, this role is actually suitable for you. So what you have to do is you look for international companies or international individuals looking for someone to help them with learning a language or looking for someone to help them with a particular subject area. So once you find these clients, you teach them and they pay you. Now this role can pay you as high as $15 to even $100 per hour, depending on the individual you're working for or depending on the clients. And one thing you need to understand about this role is that we have a lot of educational international companies that are looking at hiring people from over the globe to help them educate their clients. Now we have educational international companies that are looking for people to teach their clients various subjects, mathematics, computer, technology, and the rest of them. So if you have a strong knowledge in any of these fields I mentioned, this role is good for you. And one amazing thing about this role is you can do it at night. So you can actually complete your 9 to 5 job. Once you complete your 9 to 5 job, you come back to the comfort of your home and work as an online and academic specialist and get paid in dollars. Now, just like always, what we are going to be doing is we are going to be moving over to the sites. So we are going to be looking at the free site, to the paid site. Like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, one major difference between the free site and the paid site is The free sites, you can actually find some scam jobs. So when applying to the free sites, you need to be very, very careful. You need to have your eyes open. Do not pay any money to any client or any company to hire you. So when you're using the free sites, when you send an application and the company or the client is asking you to pay a specific amount of money for them to give you the job, please do not pay. It is a scam. You don't have to pay to get hired by any client or individual. It is the clients that are going to pay you. It is the individual that is going to pay you to work for them. You don't have to pay for them to give you a job. So all you have to do is, once you create an account, which I will be showing you how to create an account on both the free and the paid sites. Once you create an account, get your strong resume. I'm going to be leaving a link in this video description to show you how a good resume should look like. Right now, a lot of international companies are making use of ATS, artificial tracking system. Now they are incorporating artificial intelligence into their hiring process. So the link to the video I'm going to be leaving in this video description will show you how to build an ATS optimized resume to ensure that when you submit your application to these international companies, your resume doesn't get filtered out by artificial intelligence. So if you're looking for how to build an ATS optimized resume, do it to watch the video. I'm going to be dropping the link in this video description. Now what we are going to be doing is, you're going to be coming with me and we are going to be heading to the free and the paid websites where I'll be showing you how to create your account, how to understand the website, and how to apply to jobs on this website. Now after exploring these websites, we are going to be coming back to the number 4 on my list. So Preply is entirely free. Okay, so you learn faster with your best language tutor. So it's actually a language website where people can register to teach different languages to clients and individuals and get paid in dollars. Now when you look over here, they have over 100,000 experienced tutor, 5-star tutor reviews, so about 120 plus subject thoughts, 180 plus tutor nationalities. So when you look over here, you see that the app has a very high rating on App Store. Okay, so when you look at over here, you see English tutors, Spanish tutors, French tutors, Chinese tutors, Portuguese tutors, and the rest of them. So if you want to become a tutor on Preply, all you have to do is click on become a tutor. Okay, so once you click on become a tutor, as you can see, you can choose your hourly rate. Okay, so their tutor earns as high as $15 to $25 per hour. So you are also free to set your hourly rate. So if you feel like you have enough experience and you're worth over $25, you can simply set it when setting up your profile. Okay, but if you're a beginner looking at starting on Preply, maybe you know how to teach English, you know how to teach French, German, Spanish, Portuguese, or any language at all, and you're looking at starting on Preply, our advice is start with a lower wage, for like maybe start with like $10 to $15. Okay, so as you keep going and keep building your profile, you can increase your hourly rates. So the next thing you just have to do is come over here to create a tutor profile. So once you want to create a tutor profile, you just add up your details and follow the requirements. So Preply is totally free, it works, and I have people that have been earning good money on Preply. In fact, I have a friend that's what she does is she teaches French on Preply, and she earns as high as $30 per hour. So Preply is free and it is worth trying. So the paid site on my list is remote.co. So they post over 2,000 new jobs every day. So remote.co is a paid remote site where you can actually find different kind of jobs you can apply to work with international companies all over the world. Now, let's say we want to go ahead and see all remote job posts. So this is actually what it looks like. So they have different remote job posts over here. So even if you're in finance, even if you're in customer service, whatever skill you are actually looking for, you can actually make use of remote.ok to apply to these jobs. One amazing thing about remote.co is that even though it is a paid website, you can actually see jobs for free. Okay, there are jobs you can see and apply to for free, but there are some jobs that require you to pay. Now, let's say we are looking for language specialists. So when you go through this, you can see different jobs they actually have. So this is medical patient language writing specialist. So we have a lot of them here you can apply to. Okay, now for you to see, so when you look through, you can actually see different remote jobs opportunity. But for a full-time remote worker, you should be concentrating on remote jobs that says work remote from anywhere. Okay, so when you look at this, you say this says remote in MI, okay, but this says remote from anywhere. So these are jobs you should be looking at. Any jobs that say remote from anywhere. But for you to apply to these jobs, you have to pay. Okay. So if you're interested in trying remote.co, all you have to do is create an account and you can have access to how much you need to pay monthly to access the jobs. So remote.co is legit, it is paid, and you can actually use it to land international remote jobs. So the number 4 on my list is night shifts freelance technical copywriter. So one thing you need to understand is even with the emergence of AI, of a lot of AI writing agents, we have international companies that are still looking for that human touch in their writing content to work for them in the night. So whether you are a good copywriter or you're good at writing user manuals, blog posts, sales copy, or white papers, international companies are looking for you to actually write content for them that has that human feeling, that human touch when their clients are reading it. So they're looking for people to write content for their advertising, they're looking for people to write content for their manuals, for their PowerPoint presentations, they're looking for people to write content for their ebooks. If you're someone that is very good at writing, you will be able to excel in this role. And of course, companies are willing to pay as high as 10 to even $50 per hour for experienced writing professionals to write human content for them. Going over to my laptop and I'll be showing you the free sites where you can get these writing gigs, and also I'll be showing you the paid sites where you can also get these writing gigs. Join this website, we are going to be heading over to the 5th on my list. Now come with me, let's go ahead. So the number 1 free site to find freelance writer jobs is Upwork. So regardless of the fact that Upwork is saturated, Upwork is also a site that if you're willing to put in the work and stay patient with it and keep upgrading your portfolio and developing your proposal, you can actually land a job on Upwork. Okay. Now, so even though Upwork is free, you to apply to jobs, you need to buy what they call connects. Okay, and the connects are not necessarily cheap, but to register on Upwork is free, but to apply to jobs, you need to buy connects. Okay, so as you can see on Upwork, you can actually find various roles. So you can see AI writing, AI content creation. So you can find design and creative, writing and content. So you can actually find different roles. Over here, you can see writing jobs, ghostwriting jobs, content writing, resume writing, copywriting, and the rest of them. So Upwork works, but nowadays Upwork just requires a lot of patience and consistency. So Upwork is one of the free websites on my list. Now the paid website on my list is Virtual Vocations. So Virtual Vocations is a paid website, okay, and you can actually use it to land remote jobs in various skills. So even if you're a software engineer, a nurse, a bookkeeper, whatever your area of expertise is, you can actually find remote jobs on Virtual Vocations. Now let's go ahead and say we want to browse more jobs. So let's say we are looking for writing. So as you can see, when you look for writing remote, so you can actually see various jobs, okay, from international companies looking for writers. So over here, you can see this company is looking for medical writer, quality control manager, and it was posted today. So these are jobs you can actually find on Virtual Vocations. But one thing about Virtual Vocations is to actually see premium jobs, okay, to see premium jobs, you actually have to pay, okay, you actually have to pay. So if you're interested in this, all you have to do is sign in. Once you sign in, okay, create an account, you'll be able to see premium jobs and also know how much you're required to pay. So I can go ahead to start signing into all the platforms. So what you just have to do is sign in yourself and see how much you are required to pay. So now the 5th on my list is overnight data entry and database specialist. So one thing you need to know about this data entry role is that the role is quite saturated. So if you're looking at hopping into this role, just know that you will have a lot of competitors because we actually have a lot of people offering data entry skills. So that is just one of the cons of this role. So this role is saturated. However, database specialist is not as saturated as data entry specialist. So if you have experience working with databases, company databases, managing companies databases, this role will be suitable for you. So we have a lot of international companies, and the major companies that hire for this role are e-commerce brands, logistic fleets, and financial companies. So they need their data cleaned, they need it processed, and they need it updated overnight, so everything is ready in the morning. Now, if you're someone that has an experience in data analysis, data cleaning, and you have experience working with tools like Excel and SQL, you'll be a strong candidate for this role. So international companies all over the world are hiring. So for this role, of course, you will also need a laptop, you will need a good communication skill. So this role offers as high as $30 to $100 per hour, depending on your skills and your experiences, because this role is kind of technical, because it requires you to have idea of data analysis. You don't need to be a guru, but if you have idea of data analysis, data cleaning, working with SQL for managing company databases, this role is suitable for you. So one thing you need to know is, like I mentioned earlier, data entry is very saturated, and it is one job role that is very notorious for scams. And what I mean by that is we have a lot of scammers posting jobs daily for data entry specialists, just to ask you for money to get the job, and at the end of the day pay the money. You won't hear from them again. Now also, I'm going to be giving you two websites where you can actually get data entry and database specialists. The first website we are going to be exploring, I want you to be very careful, because you will be seeing a lot of scam jobs on that particular website. Do not fall victim. Like I mentioned earlier, don't ever pay anyone to give you a job. So once you see anybody, any company asking you to pay for them to give you a job, please run away. And what you need to understand is you need to be very careful, because most companies will come out to be legitimate. They can actually have a company website, they can even have a company letterhead, but they are scam. So what you need to know is that any company at all asking you to pay money for them to give you a job is not a legitimate company. Please do not pay money to any company or anybody to give you a job. But the second site on my list, which is paid, there is no scam job on the site for data entry professionals, because this website, because it is paid, they carry out their due diligence to make sure that each job that is submitted on their platform is well scrutinized, and there is zero scam jobs on this paid platform. Now what we are going to be doing is, you're going to be coming with me right now, and we are going to be hopping into this website. We are going to be starting from the free website, and then later we move over, just like I've always been doing. I'm going to be showing you, I'm going to be explaining the interface of this website to you, how to create an account, how to search for jobs. Now come with me, let's hop over to my laptop before we come over to talk about the last on my list. So the number one free site on my list for data entry and database management is Clickworker. So Clickworker is a website where you can make money from anywhere, anytime. So they have a great community, they have variety of jobs, and Clickworker works. So Clickworker helps you find the right job, and they make sure you never really miss a job, because they constantly post jobs on this platform. So if you're interested in this platform, all you have to do is sign up, okay, register, okay, for to become, so they have for customers and they have for Clickworkers. So if you want to register as a customer, all you have to do is for Clickworkers. So once you click on register, they will ask you to put your information. So all you have to do is put the necessary information, continue, sign up, and you start seeing jobs you can apply to. So Clickworker is free, it works, and I highly recommend. It's actually a remote job site where you can actually find remote jobs from all over the world. But one thing about remote.ok is that it is paid, so it is not. So on remote.ok, you can actually find different kinds of jobs on different companies hiring all over the world. As you can see, most of their jobs is worldwide, okay? So you find jobs from different companies hiring all over the world. So if you're interested in data entry jobs or any remote job at all, you can actually find various remote jobs on remote.ok. So the thing about remote.ok is paid. So the last on my list is remote closed captioner and subtitle editor. Now this particular role, I have done this particular role at the beginning of my career, so it is something I actually did for an edtech company. But the reason why I left this particular role is because it actually takes a lot of time, right? It takes a lot of time, and it requires a lot of attention to details. Now this role, they're willing to pay as high as $8 to $30 per hour, depending on the workload and your skills and your experience. Of course, you will need a laptop, a good internet a good internet connection, and above all, you should be someone that is very good with English, both written and spoken. Now, let's explore what you'll be doing in this role. We have international companies over the world that are looking for people to add subtitles to pre-recorded videos. For example, we have course creators, we have TV shows, we have lecturers, and these clients or companies are looking for people to listen to these videos, to listen to these courses and add captions or subtitles to them. Now, for example, a course can actually be in Spanish, right? And they are looking for to translate this Spanish to English and add subtitles for their courses or pre-recorded video. So if you're someone that has experience in transcribing, if you're someone that is willing and ready to sit down for long hours to listen to videos and add subtitles to videos, this particular role is for you. Now, we are going to be heading over to my computer and I'll be showing you the free websites where you can find job opportunities for these roles, and I'm also going to be showing you the paid websites where you can find opportunities for these roles. I want you to know that the links to all the websites I mentioned will be added to the video description, and if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, or if you have not liked or shared this video, do well to subscribe, like and share. And also, I want you to tell me in the comment section which of these roles you think you're a good fit for, and which of these roles you're going to be trying today, tomorrow, next week, or in the next 2 weeks. So I would honestly like to hear from you, so don't forget to leave a comment in the video description. Thank you so much for watching. For the free job on my list for transcriptionists or captioners is Rev. So Rev is also a website where you can find jobs to become a transcriptionist. Now, as you can see, Rev is actually very good. It is free. Okay, so you actually have the opportunity to try Rev for free. So they pay you weekly. And one thing you need to know is that they pay via paper. So you can also set your own hours and take on projects when it works for you. So you can simply try Rev for. So the paid website on my list is Working Nomads. So when you look at Working Nomads, you can actually find different jobs available on Working Nomads where you can actually work from all over the world. So on Working Nomads, when you're applying, you should concentrate on EMEA. So on Working Nomads, you can see a lot of different jobs. Okay, now, but one thing with Working Nomads is if you want to see premium jobs and quality jobs and apply to premium jobs and quality jobs, you just have to go premium. So per month, you have to pay $17.95. Quarterly, you pay $13.32, and if you want to go for annual, you pay $6.67. So Working Nomad works, they post jobs constantly, so it is one of the sites I highly recommend if you're willing to subscribe.